I might have had to pop up there for a second because I wanted to make sure everyone got a chance on the GDQ channel to observe the most immaculate orb, the most wonderful orb that we're representing here today at Unapologetically Black and Fast. Again, this is going to be a new event that we're doing every February. I had to put the orb on the floor. I'm so sorry, everybody. It's going to be something that we're doing every February. So if you're having a good time, make sure you let people know. Let your black friends know. We want to have more black speedrunners, and we're having fun and experiencing all of the black joy. Just a couple of quick things for everybody too. Frost Fatales. It's not summertime. Frost Fatales is going to be February 27th to March 5th. And if you want to see that schedule, you can do !FF in chat to get all the updates, or go to gamesdonequick.com/framefatales. And then another big shout out to OC Remix for providing us an all-black music and artist showcase for the entire weekend because, again, we're keeping it unapologetically black and fast. So now we have, I believe, a GDQ favorite coming through to play some Super Castlevania. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Thanks, Twisted. Hey, everybody. I'm Cypherin. I've made a number of appearances here on GDQ from AGDQ 2018, 2020. You all might know me as that one for JJ guy with the SGDQ 2020 raid. I can't say enough how just blessed I've been just in terms of streaming and just for the opportunities I've had thanks to GDQ here. So yeah, it's wonderful being here right now to bring forth additional representation for black speedrunners. And I'm ready to. Well, I'll say I hope to not butcher this run and not die too much, but I'm ready to try to showcase this to the best of my ability for you all. And with me, I also have Shindavid, who's a good friend of mine and part of the Super Castlevania 4 community. David, do you want to say something?
Nothing. I could really just say hello, everyone. My name is David, good friend of Cypherin. Like to commentate Castlevania 4. Did commentary for a little bit of commentary for 2020 AGDQ whenever Joe D'Amelia did his hard remote run back that time. That was definitely like eons ago. And I also like to do commentary for Rondo of Blood. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. Just local runner, having some fun here and there, and a good friend of Cypherin here who's been we've been pretty much mull over food on anytime we go anywhere to eat. So.
Yeah, I'm all about the food. All about the food at GDQs.
I mean, I feel like that's mandatory when you travel, period. I mean, that's part of the whole journey, right? You going somewhere new, I gotta try new food. That's just how it works.
Heck yeah.
That's how it works.
Definitely.
All right, well, I will not hold you two up any longer. You are free to count yourself down and get this run started.
All right,
all right, Sai, you ready? Okay. All right, we'll start from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And welcome to Super Castlevania 4, everyone. This is any percent run for Cypherin, and he's going to do is going to be picking up the whip upgrades here early, and grab some hearts to go forward on this journey to slay Dracula. And of course, you only see him brisking his way forward because that's the only thing he could do. He cannot run, but that's just the nature of the game because that's like back in 1991. And, during that time, you're just like, we'll just brisk our way forward. But yeah, so in that case, as we're walking forward, you definitely want to use your health as resources to take many damage boosts as much as you can. And going forward, we're about to pick up the most powerful weapon in the game, which is the cross. The cross is overpowered whenever you pick up the triple multiplier, which can only be obtained whenever you use the cross to hit enemies or objects at least 10 times to get a multiplier, and you get triples. So as we move forward, we're gonna approach here, see if Cypherin gets this little clip here in stage 1. No dice, no, it's okay though. If you get the little clip there, which allows you to get through that little platform there, it saves yourself like 2 seconds here and there.
Yep. But otherwise, it's a definite death if you screw up.
Oh yeah. You definitely want to avoid any other sub weapons that you picked up. Like, yeah, of course you have to avoid the water, avoid the knives. It's just like you could pick up the axe as a backup, but generally with the cross, it's just so overbearing that you could just use it to shred bosses here and like all the bosses literally and enemies on the screen. So with that being said, nothing much. One thing about this game in stage 1 and like in a lot of different other stages is you just got to be mindful of what you're doing and try to avoid like certain candles. All candles are pretty much fixed, so you're guaranteed like the particular item. You don't have to worry about random drops from enemies or anything like that. So being able to recognize where to throw the crosses here and there, that'll get you the key to victory here. And so the triple cross becomes a printer going brr, brr. And you're printing out all the printing all the paper there and just being able to overlay the crosses, which is the main output DPS for the bosses. And just like that, you just shred that, the skeleton. And that was it. Pretty much saying hi boss, bye boss for the most part, right? And another thing is with the boss and the time, you want to use most of your crosses on all the stages, most of the stages as much as you can. That way it just lowers the countdown timer. Now we're here in stage 2, here in the jungle. For me, it was like we avoided the purple hands, it's a good thing. They don't do damage, but they like to take more time away from you because you just stuck there. But but yeah, just being, like I said earlier, it's like in this run, it's like riding a car for the most parts. You just can't be on cruise control for the most parts. Just be mindful of where enemies are at, throw them crosses, because one little snooze on the road and you just might be in the pits or drown in mud or anything like that. As on top of that though, I mean, the soundtrack for this game is awesome for the most part. It's like a lot of few runners that I know like stage 2 a lot. They wouldn't mind like resetting stage 2 like a lot of times, or even
the music's
3,
too good.
even.
It's just too good.
Yeah, because I mean, the main reason why like a lot of people would do like not like would just continue to run this game just because one of the main factors is the music. As you know, that you'll get to listen to a lot of other tracks later in the music, but yeah. So as we go here, we're about to approach the next boss in momentarily here, but throwing the crosses, getting rid of the birds, they just annoy. And the armadillo here. Here comes the boss here.
Oop, that was an accident.
Okay,
we're fine.
It's
we're
okay.
Still good. Still
okay.
Spicy.
Yeah, don't be cruising. Otherwise you'll be snoozing. So yeah. So yeah, but it's a good thing. Like the crosses does a lot of good amount of damage per second, especially with the overlay. So luckily, 2 crosses is good enough to do a good amount of damage and then have a backup. Because sometimes Medusa could go really aggressively forward, but sometimes that just really depends on the RNG of the boss. And now we're in the stage part of the waterfall, where you go with the flow at all times. You go with the flow, quiet, smooth sailing. No need to go for anything ridiculously hard, because we don't want to be seen crying, listening to Justin Timberlake Cry Me a River at any part. But in this particular stage though, in the transition part of it, you normally don't see the orb to end the stage. For this one here, just transitions. If you want to go in as little health as possible, because you'll get a full health refill on the health, yikes. And any hearts that you picked up from this stage will go on to the next stage here in stage 3, which is the cavern. For me, this is, in my opinion, and a few others, this is probably the most difficult stage. Actually, this is actually just the gatekeeper of the stage. It could be the most difficult if not being carefully. Like this mudman, as you see, if Cypherin didn't break down one of the mudmans, he would be taking 4 damage instead of 3. So a good thing is breaking it down is a good thing. So that way you could manage how much health you could go on. Health management is extremely important for this particular stage, despite being the longest one, because if you take more damage on enemies, there'll be certain damage boosts you will not be able to do throughout later in the stage. So up here, we're about to start doing we're gonna do a little fun trick here on this boss here, which we're gonna take there, get on the ring, and do a little ring glitch here. So instead of Simon there defies gravity and uses the ring mechanics to propel himself up. Pretty much shows how muscular he is because he is that strong going up. But that's just the glitch of the game that they put into the mechanic of the game into this game. So on terms of that, we now have the little waters. Simon can't swim, unfortunately, so putting into the water would simply make him drown. Taking there is the eyeball boost. One of the little trickier boosts in this game. Allows you to skip going through the underpath, saving yourself about 5 seconds here. And about to use the ring mechanics again to swing over and skipping over the little platform right there. Coming into 3-3. You're going to be seeing the rosary once again here. The rosary just pretty much instant kills any bosses on that particular screen, saving yourself from any lag throughout in the game, because they do generate lag. Enemies just generate lag in this game. Using the ring glitch again to propel. Didn't get quite that one, but it's a good thing to have a backup, because since Simon can't swim, dropping to the water is a death to him. As we go now to the stage 3 boss vipers here. As we wait for this little water going up here and there. There's like audio cues and visual cues in this game that you could definitely use. For this one here, nice kill on the vipers there. Yeah, just overlaying bosses. That's overlaying the crosses is the name of the game. Whipping as well as whipping. And that's just the story of stage 3 overall.
You know, anytime I see a run that allows you to go through a water level quickly, I endorse it, because water levels are terrible.
I do definitely agree. And it's just weird. You don't see like an actual water level where he's gonna be underwater. The thing is, like, he just can't swim, so it's just like, oh, instant death. I was like, okay, well, here's a waterfall here and there. Now just avoid the waters. So.
Yeah, those Genesis and SNES kids just were not good at swimming at all.
I do agree with that. All right, stage 4. As we approach on, take the damage boosts here and there. We're gonna see our stage 4 mid boss this early in the stage. Our good friend Quexel. Gotta avoid the nuts around there, because that's what they'll drop if you don't do anything crazy. And that's the power of that. But hello, Quexel, bye, Quexel. You're a wonderful commentator for the GDQ in-person events. So, but sadly, that's what we had to say goodbye to. And now here at stage 4, the rotating room here.
Now, what in the world?
Oh, go ahead.
What is this Superman pose we're doing here, sir?
Yeah.
What?
As mentioned before, back in stage 3 is the ring glitch. So he propelled himself with his immaculate strength, and breaking the game with the system. This is where he propels him up forward, especially on a rings. Could be only used on rings to be safe to say. So allows him to propel him forward, because with the wing glitch, you defy gravity, and then you just show everybody all the superhuman strength that he has. And with this, you could either be on the ring like posing like that, or you could be on that platform crouching. It allows you 100% avoiding all the Medusa heads, because the Medusa spawns wherever your the dimensions of or the horizontal axis located. And of course, crouching shrinks your hitbox, so you could just simply avoid the floating around the Medusas. Here at the tumbler, the washing room, the washing tumbler machine. aka the Mode 7 room. Trying to showcase, since Super Castlevania 4 was like one of the few launch titles, earlier titles for the Super Nintendo, kind of showcases the technology of what it can do. So that's the one thing here. And now here Cypherin about to attempt here a fun little trick if it could be imposed. Watch this. Oh no. So that one was supposed to be a zip, but in order for the zip to be obtained, you need another a bat spawning the right hand, that's that part of the screen. So whenever the boulders crush Simon into the little hole, and the help of the bat, it allows you to put himself into the blocks, try to zip forward, saving himself from 12 to 20 seconds, depending on how it's done. And yeah, be able to zip it through to the final, at least to that part of the section of the road, the rising platform. So, this stage here, you definitely wise, for those who have really photosensitivity eyes like myself, definitely do look away here and there, because flashing every time you do damage on Coronat, there will be flashing lights. And with the triple cross makes quick work of that. Yeah. It's safe to say that Coronat, fun fact, if you spell Coronat backwards, it's just ton of rocks. Who knew? All right. Stage 5. I personally nickname, this is Amazon Prime before Amazon, or the Amazon warehouse, because you see harpies delivering those fleamans to like certain places, and they're completely random on times on spawns. They could go up or down on fixed locations most of the time. This is also one of the shortest stage in the game, but it is to mentally prepare yourself for stage 6 and on. Stage 6 and on, enemies will need to take 1 extra damage for it to disintegrate into dust whatsoever. And yeah, so having the triple cross from this point on helps so much.
I wanted to interject for a second too. So there's also some changes in the game that make stage 6 and on a little bit more challenging. And I believe at the start of this run, you mentioned something about a bridge.
Oh yeah, a bridge. somewhere along the line. Somewhere along the line, yeah, you'll see a bridge where it could be really risky if you go for it, because that bridge could be extremely RNG for like any type. It could be, if the game says hello, yeah, let's go. That depends on you want to hit on black, if you want to hit the blackjack or not, or if you're at you're at 11, you want to try to hit the king or something. That's what it's going to be about. But that'll be a little bit later in the stage, and that'll be in stage 8, known as the Vegas Bridge. We'll get that. I think if chat wants to put if you guys want to put a poll on that one,
I was gonna say it sure
would
be a shame if he had to do that bridge at the chat's whim. It would be a crying shame.
Should be a crying shame.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah. So stage 6 here, we're about to start hitting the most difficult trick here, which is the chandeliers. It's tricky if you don't get it correctly, which what makes it difficult is the platforming on those chandeliers. At an angle, sometimes they're dead pixels on the corner of the platform. Taking the death there will at the end of the stage will give you a net loss of about 1 minute and 30 seconds. What's really tricky is trying to do it all in one cycle. You could definitely wait and take additional cycles, and for each cycle that you lose would be 4 seconds. But that'll be mainly preferred for like PB/world record attempts, because that's what really makes it really difficult is just getting to the part of the platforms on the chandeliers. They're rusty. Sometimes the dust be like, oh, that's how it is. Okay.
In cases like that, I just sometimes they accidentally wore their butter shoes.
Yes, right. But yeah, Cypherin here is opting out for the 2 cycles, the little slippery part. If done correctly, it's really challenging, but it is doable. So now he has to go through this part of the stage without the cross. However, here in stage 6, there's a little secret room where you could definitely pick up a big meat and any particular sub weapon that you need. So we're gonna pick up the cross back again. I'm sorry, dog. We had to slay it. Yeah, the dog does 4 damage to you, which is something you do not want to take throughout this whole run.
I'd say the dogs today have been out for blood. My goodness. We just want to pet the dog. Why are y'all out here trying to beat us up?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. So the dogs can be really vicious at a lot of times, especially in this game, and especially in early in stage 6. If you're just like, let's say you're just snoozing on the road there, and yeah, those 4 damage do add up. Stage 6 is is actually also long as well. I think a little bit longer than stage 3, but there's a lot of tricks that you definitely have to keep an eye on. So right over here, we're gonna take the little damage boost right over here to cut the left side of the screen. You don't have to worry about doing that, saving yourself about 4 or 5 seconds here and there. Go on the stops. And yeah, with the secret room allows you to build yourself a triple again for the rest of this run. So great backup strat, especially taking a death from the chandeliers at that point. Yeah, and then the thing with the secret rooms as well is they can only be accessed once per continue. So now, if for any reason he were to take another death here at any point in time, you will not be able to access the secret room until you get a game over. And whenever you do get a game over, though, it'll put you back at the beginning of the stage. So here we are at Skeleton Highway. That's what we all nickname it because there's a bunch of skeletons. But putting well-timed crosses will definitely shred those bosses, those skeletons and red skeletons. That way you just keep going forward. The red skeletons do 4 damage, which is pretty big for any reason. What Cypherin did there was trying to get a little damage boost on the coffins, because there's a little trick there that you could get a damage boost on the coffin, so you don't have to worry about shredding the coffins without creating so much lag. And here we're at the little dance hallway, getting the rosary there. And those dancers like to spawn like almost anywhere in the screen. So having the triple cross while going forward could actually just hit those dancers here and there. And now we're at the stage here, stage 6. Freddy is Scare, Paulo Abgul. Yeah, wonderful names. These bosses too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, triple crosses. That's all. That is all.
Dancing people.
That's the name of the game.
You up. I hate that. I hate every second of it.
Alright, stage 7 is the library.
The
room that is full of knowledge.
I do have to interject. Speaking of being full of knowledge, I have some knowledge to impart on you. Yeah, you know that Vegas bridge you was talking about?
Vegas.
We gonna have to see that. We're gonna have to see that today.
Alright.
See that.
Oh man.
Just letting you know that.
The chat
said we gotta see it today. It's in the cards.
Alright.
Alright. We're pretty much hitting on 12 here for 21. So that's gonna be something we're definitely gonna see the Vegas Bridge on the next stage for sure. So as we approach to the Vegas Bridge in stage 8, we're here at the library here, full of knowledge that we're given the prompt that we're gonna have to do the Vegas Bridge, which is fun. The book jump right there, as just mentioned, could only be obtained by being at the very corner of the platform and just being able to jump from there. You have a small window to be able to make that jump, otherwise you'd be falling to your death. But that's just the meme for Simon Belmont, which is pretty much the main character of the series here. For this particular game here, he has like really strong legs and toes. We just give him like he's just now nicknamed Feynman Legbomb because of the pure leg strengths that he could strut his evade forward and taking damage, and being on the corner of a platform with just the heel of his feet is just immaculate for pretty much for him. or whenever you try to jump onto a corner of a platform, his toes is just so strong. Yeah, that's just the meme in the Super Castlevania 4 community right there. Now we reach on here to stage 7, the boss for it. Bobby Blacktastic's favorite boss, Sir Gracul. I know he could say it much better.
I was about to say, I heard it in Bobby's voice, so it's fine. It hit.
Yeah, he's here in spirit for this run here.
Yeah, shout outs to Bobby.
All right. So now, with that being done here, we're about to approach stage 8. We will see the Vegas Bridge a little bit later in the stage as we approach there. But stage 8 is the dungeon, as you see him falling from the crumbling grounds into the pits, where you'll be seeing a lot more spikes. Those spikes are just one-touch kills for Simons. The spikes on any spikes in pretty much in this particular game, the hitboxes for those is just a little wonky. It doesn't look like it's like there at times, and because of it, you're gonna have to avoid a lot of different scenarios. Right there, he just take a little damage boost from the eyeball, giving him using the maximum amount of invisibility frames allows you to just pretty much avoid that spike right there, and goes forward. It's one of the most difficult stages to do, especially in a casual run. If you're just like learning to play the game, like just learning the game, or just playing casually. But if done correctly, it's like it gives you the best feeling in the world because of how much tricky stuff that you could do, including the Vegas Bridge. That you do, like taking the damage from blood drip or anything like that. It's just rewarding if you get it done here. As we reach down to the bottom of here, getting close to as we approach the Vegas Bridge here, this is we'll be seeing here at the end of this part of the screen. Nice little damage boost here to propel him forward. We're gonna see the damage boost from the blood drips and the skeleton propelling himself forward. As we hear those spikes that you hear, we're about to approach right here. Come in. He'll take a damage boost right before the bridge. Try to propel him as fast as he can. And here comes this thing. Oh, nice work. Vegas Bridge paid off. That's the bridge right there. Those platforms can disappear almost any time, but you'll have like a little indication for it. So
well, you'll be happy to know that chat had your back on that 550%, because we put up a prediction to see if you gonna handle it like a pro, and overwhelming majority of chat was like, yes, Cypherin's got this. We're not worried in any way, shape, or form.
Awesome. No. Thank you.
Yeah. Heading on 12. Get you a 21. Done correctly. Chat believe. All right, stage 9. So more technology done here on the Super Nintendo. As you see on the screen here, there's little ghouls and ghosts on the screen. If for any reason, if you actually pause for any second, the ghost will continue to keep going up. So it doesn't go away anywhere, and it's just for cosmetic reason, really. But if you're stage 8, in terms of stage wise, this is like, for me, this is like the alternate universe of Scrooge McDuck's backyard. You know, he's working for Scrooge McDuck is working for Dracula for any reason. So here's the money laying around. So yeah, but this stage can produce a lot of lag, especially with these disappearing platforms, as you can see Sai is doing right now. If you jump quickly on the time that you're about to land, you'll be able to like minimize the lag, because for some reason it won't project it where it's like, oh, you didn't touch the platform whatsoever. But they do generate lag. Yeah. Taking a damage boost right over here at the Bone Tower. We're gonna do the little swing right here upcoming. This trick could be a little bit weird at times, but you could definitely do it in one whole run. Let's see if he's gonna do the spike jump here. Nicely done, spike jump. Okay, so the spike jump here is a little bit tricky. Is also another hard and difficult, tricky trick to do. You have, since the spikes I mentioned in stage 8, they're like, the hitboxes are those weird. So you want Simon to jump at the very last pixel of the little platform before jumping. Anything further is an instant death for Simon. So being able to jump at that little frame, the last frame of it, to the next to the platform, save yourself a few seconds right there. In terms, that's pretty much a good terms of like, hey, I guess the luck from chat is basically giving Cypherin all the good run for the for this run actually, yeah, to nailing all the big tricks here. Zapbad, the stage 9 boss here. This is also another stage, just like stage 4, that has little photosensitivity eyes. So definitely look away if you are. But what you want to do here on the Zapbat is trying to get 22 hits at least and landed the 22nd hit at least on the jump height, the peak of the jump for Simon, so that way he could throw the crosses. Because at the 22nd hit, they'll disperse into 3 bats and they'll kind of stay around that particular area. So you could simply throw 3 crosses, and there you have it. The Zaphat is gone. Now, I don't know what Konami was thinking when they were making the game. It's simply supposed to be stage 10, but they go with A. They can start using letters. But I guess they're using the the hexa language. So we'll go with that. Anyway, listening to our favorite song, at least my favorite song, Bloody Tears. We got the clock tower. We're gonna be taking care the climb. The clogs here, the clock hogs. This one, a lot of vertical climbing. You're gonna be climbing up. You're gonna see rings again, make another approach. And then we're gonna try to get a lot of interesting tricks here done here. Here we go. We're gonna take a little damage boost up here, try to propel them forward to these horizontal rings. Gets that ring reach. It's a little bit that reach to get the ring is really difficult, because if you just don't take that damage boost, it's on a timer, so it doesn't propel you forward. Right now, here comes another damage boost that Cypherin will take to avoid dealing with those the bone dragon, because they take 6 hits for it to disintegrate. And now here we go, going back up. Try to make this try to go a little bit further. Taking damage while you're on the stairs will put you in place of the stairs, so you won't have to jump out. So if you really definitely want to take any damage for any reason, taking damage on the stairs is definitely better than taking damage as if you're just on a regular ground. So we're now approaching here the boss for stage A, the Mummy. This is also another RNG type state, RNG spawn, where you want it to be spawning on either the far right or the far left. And the main reason of that is so you could throw triple crosses and get like a 1 cycle fight. So yeah, the Mummy can spawn in the middle. If it does spawn in the middle, you do have to take more time, just fighting the boss, because you have to throw the crosses and whipping down. So yeah. And just like that, stage A, as we approach to the final stage of the game here, stage B. Oh yeah, you almost got it.
This is the most butter smooth run though. What do we mean? This man is out here grinding stuff up, just putting all types of movement on the name. What is?
Yeah.
Just killing it. I had to say something though, because I've been just in awe as someone who has never played a Castlevania, but I have played all the Bloodstained games, which immediately drove my chat up a wall and was like, what do you mean we don't talk about it? So I've never played a Castlevania, and I just got a SNES Classic recently, and this is on it. And I remember doing the first board, and it's no, this isn't an easy game. This is not some easy clap game. This is skill, to the utmost degree, and this is a fantastic run. Oh, frame drops somehow.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely an execution heavy game for the most for pretty much all the run. like getting like a sub 40 is like pretty much respectable for a lot of speedrunners here. But even finishing the game is actually just respectable because how difficult the game is. You have to like, if you don't know the strats of like the triple cross, people would be going within with like, you know, daggers, which like daggers only do like 0.6 damage of what an actual whip would do. So and then, you know, you have like the axe, the holy water. They do some decent damage, but it fails to, you know, be in the same power of like having a triple cross. I mean, it could be like if y'all play like Castlevania 1, where like the best weapon for that one is like, you know, the holy water. That's what's going to be. Now, stage B is really like I said, mentioned, is really, really difficult. Now, one is the falling stairs. The falling stairs is a big, huge problem because once it collapses, you can't go back up. So if it happens like that, you're gonna go for your death. And also the spawns of the levitating rocks, those platforms can be really scary at times because if you don't spawn correctly, you know, it happens to fall to your death. So, but there is a pattern for it, for you to get into it, but we didn't get to see that with here. So now Cypherin's going to be picking up the cross right over here. No, not the cross, but the dagger. The dagger, what he wants to do is while having the dagger, hit 10 items. It doesn't matter if it's enemy or candle, to spawn a double, which he didn't get. But I'm going to use it to grab the cross, the backup cross right there, which can only be attained from that particular candle. So using that, you're going to start building up at least a double here. That way you could at least take care of the upcoming bosses. Because, yeah, the boss, like, without the triple cross, you're going to be playing real Castlevania now at this point.
Oh, is the game going to start trying now? They're going to hit you with that smooth Tom Brady and be like, okay, I'm trying now. I'm here. I'm here.
Right? I'm here. It's like, oh, you don't have your best wide receiver here? Nah, all right, no worries.
I'm just going to hang out. Oh, I need to play now? Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. So now we reached the checkpoint here on stage 3B. So anytime you take a death, you'll be spawning from this point on the boss of whatever. So you don't have to fight the boss all 4 in a row. So Slogger being the first one, to be honest, is like in hindsight, it's actually of the 4 bosses, including Dracula, the difficult boss of the 4. And the only reason why it's difficult is he has invincibility armor for like the most part, so he's like immune to damage until like a certain point where he just glows like green or gray or whatever he's not glowing. So that's when he damaged. And what you want from on the Slogger fight is to overlap the crosses together. Like 3 crosses together, and he'll take damage at that certain point. Anytime he takes like another, like just a whip damage or anything like that, he'll just jump up like that and then just runs away. And in this particular game, they take priority on whip over cross. So if you throw crosses and then you whip, they will only register the whip. And then there's like the cross that you throw out. Nah, I'm sorry, invalid.
Like, what do you mean? You threw something? Interesting. I don't recall this.
Yeah.
This is that fake news y'all been talking about. Not about it. Not about it.
Yeah. Now with the triple cross that you see here, now with the this Guy Bon fight, you can simply throw the crosses and destroy them. If you don't have the cross, this is also another boss that isn't really much of a pushover. You could just simply whip him down if you just don't have a cross, and he just just phase through there. Now here we got the death fight. Going to time the crosses a little bit here. Try to overlay on the upcoming spawns that death will do with the sights. Try to like annoy you, but with the crosses, take care of that. Do damage on death. And there you go. And you just got yourself, I don't know, a fun fight against him. And now I think this is what happens as we come down to the final fight to Dracula. We're gonna approach the fun secret room that that has been mentioned in Nintendo Power in like eons ago. Get yourself a heart refill and any whip upgrades if you haven't done so in case you end up faltering to Dracula at this point. There you go. A backup. Get yourself a triple. Here we go. Final fight.
Get into it.
So
I feel like we need some hype in
yeah,
chat. It's
so-
final fight of Castlevania. I want to see all your favorite emotes hyping it up. Okay, please continue.
yeah, please continue. So Dracula, he only takes damage at the head. So throwing crosses at the peak of the jump for Simon is pretty much ideal. Using the crosses just like in any other strategy for the bosses. Throw the crosses, overlay them, get the damage in there. What's really different if you did play like Castlevania, the other original trilogies, like 1, 2, or 3, they'll have like a certain form, like a cookie monster or anything like that. Unfortunately, here in Super Castlevania 4, he's just like, I'm just enraged. I'm gonna summon lightnings, and then I'm like, oh, we'll just telepath it and walk right here, and there you go. Time will be called as soon as he grabs the orb, right over here. But yeah, other than that though, solid run on Cypherin's part. Only one death at the stage B, but everything else, all the gnarly tricks that he could do, that the game has offered, sweet. And time, yeah.
Whew. Yeah, that chandelier was ugly, but I'm glad Vegas went through, and yeah, everything else went pretty well. Of course, the bat didn't spawn for the zip, but
Oh, yeah.
that's cool. It's cool. I was happy for this run.
I'll say
Yeah.
this was really nice.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you both for the commentary. It was awesome.
I mean, I feel like I kind of just sprinkled in my usual sassiness here and there, but I'll take the compliment. All right, do the two of you want to do a little bit of an outro? Tell us where we can find you. Tell us what kind of stuff you make, what kind of things you do here on twitch.tv.
David, you go first.
All right, I'll go first here. You can catch me on shindavid07, shindavid07, all lowercase, whatever. But I mainly do speedruns for Streets of Rage 4, as was showcased last week on It's Dangerous to Go Alone on Sunday. I do speedruns for Super Castlevania 4 and Rondo of Blood. But other than that, we mainly do speedruns, a lot of different games, speedruns, teamfight tactics, chess, or any other games that we just end up playing. You'll definitely find me there. You'll also find me on Twitter, where I'm always on there more active than anything else. So yeah. At least that's on my part, yeah.
For me, yeah, you'll find me at twitch.tv/Cypherin, as you see off to the left panel here. I play a variety of games. I'm mostly known for Sega games, but I do sprinkle in my NES or Super Nintendo games, as far as speedrunning goes, or just some casual hard play of games I like playing on harder difficulties. But yeah, you can find me there. And as far as everything goes, sorry, I'm at a loss for words at the moment, but once again, I'm extremely grateful to be here. I want to give a quick shout out, if I can, just to Big John, to Ice Plug, to Trihex, to Dark Spine Sonic, just other black speedrunners who have influenced me from the beginning. And then there's current speedrunners that are having an impact on me too, like Bobby the Blacktastic and just so many more. Forgive me, I'll admit, like, if not like within the past month or so, I didn't realize there was that many of us. But it's a great feeling that there is, and I just hope that through this event and through you come to check us out. I just hope more. We could help find more black speedrunners and just inspire others, just as like those who I mentioned have inspired me, because that's all I want to do, and just share my love for gaming. So again, I appreciate all the opportunities I've had, and appreciate the opportunities GDQ has afforded me here. So yeah, I think I rambled enough. That's about it for me.
and I think that stuff's important too, because I'm in the same boat. I'm a fresh speedrunner. I've been a closeted speedrunner for a while, but now it's like more forward facing. I just accept that that's my fate, and I do challenge runs too. But I sympathize with that, because I want to find more of us too. And I want to make this event even bigger next year. And make sure everybody in chat watching, if you're having a good time, make that known. Tell people, let them know that, hey, Unapologetically Black and Fast was dope. And we're going to need you to double that immediately, if not sooner. Thank you so much, both of you, for coming in and sharing your speedruns and your commentary with us. I had a good time. I hope everybody in chat had a good time. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. At this point, if you don't have water, you are just actively being antagonistic towards me because I've told you to get water multiple times now. Please go forth, get a beverage. And you know what? It's late enough. Some of you might be willing to indulge an adult beverage, and I respect it. But at any point, get some hydration, get some food, and we'll be back in a couple of moments with our next speed run of the day, which is going to be a Mega Man ROM hack. So this is going to be a good time. If you didn't have enough of your fix with Castlevania, don't worry, we got you covered. We got some Mega Man coming. So, we'll see you all in a couple of minutes.